McGregor, Mayweather. Interesting times in boxing, man. I told y'all. Man, look here. Look, man. You know, I I mean, I could be mad that this fight is taking place as a boxing purist, a person that truly loves this sport, man. Has been watching it since the 80s, since I was a kid. I could be mad at this, but man, even in Rocky, man, Rocky even showed you, man, with Hulk Hogan being in the ring, how they've done these things, these little exhibitions. Even in the, I think the first Rocky, where Apollo Creed tried to pick Rocky, some bum, some lowly construction worker or whatever he thought he was. Some guy that's not in the gym, that used to be a boxer. He went and got this guy, man, sitting on his stoop. He thought he was gonna be in a bar somewhere, man, drinking beer, man, drinking vodka, drinking something drinking something crazy, man, some rum, looking like Homer Simpson or something. That's what he thought Rocky was gonna look like, man, until they actually got him in the ring and this guy was ready. But he he had no idea that Rocky was going to take it serious. He thought this dude understood that this was going to be just an exhibition. But I mean, that could clearly happen in this fight. Okay, Conor McGregor knows what's at stake here. He is doing what so many other athletes have done when they're at the height of their career. You had Michael Jordan when he retired. I think in '93 he went to baseball, and even though he stunk at baseball, he still garnered a lot of white fans. He ended up picking up basically suburban America and bringing them back over to basketball when he decided that he was ready to go and play. And they respected him. They got to know him. They got to understand basketball. All of those fans that he crossed over to from baseball to basketball. So, it's been done on several fronts, and here it is in boxing. Finally, they got something crazy, a little exhibition fight. But the thing of it is that it's at least not a crossover from wrestling or somebody that's coming in from like hockey and trying to put on some boxing gloves and want to prove that they can fight or something like that. I mean, this is a fight that that actually should have happened a long time ago. Not even just between Floyd and one of the top guys in UFC or in boxing, but it's always been a debate. Which sport is the best? Who could cross over from this threshold to this threshold and still compete at a high level? And at the end of the day, whether McGregor gets in there and loses or not, he's still going to garner the respect because he's one of the top athletes in that sport to do it, to cross over and actually do it, to make it a mega fight, to make it not just about debate anymore. He's actually doing it. He's getting in the ring. He went and got his boxing license. He was so serious. So you got to respect this guy, man. You got to respect the fact that he really believes in himself. He believes in his ability. It's not just about the money. Don't get me wrong. The money is a big part of it, or else it wouldn't happen. But he really wants to try his hand at this thing and possibly become a crossover star in both sports. So, that's double the money, because now what he's going to do is take boxing fans with him. Fans like me that truly love boxing and don't really watch UFC. So it's going to give me a different respect for what they do in the UFC. And that's going to cause me to not only watch him, but to keep up with some other people that I don't know anything about. Don't get me wrong, I've watched UFC but I'm not an avid fan, so I can't really sit here and comment on the UFC like somebody else would, that knows the sport, that actually follows this stuff, avidly watches all the time, pays for pay-per-view events and things of that nature. I don't do that. I don't do that for UFC. So I'm a boxing guy, but this guy, he has the ability to cause somebody like me to be able to watch the UFC. So this is what he's doing. And Floyd is going to grab those UFC fans and bring them over to boxing. And, you know, you can't really get mad at that, man. It's not, you can sit here and say that it's hurting the sport, because this is a spectacle, this is a joke, this is a sham, but that's what a lot of us have said. I've even felt like that for a little while, because I'm like, there's no way that this guy is going to get in there and be able to compete with somebody like Floyd. But even though that may be true, at the end of the day, it's just my opinion. You know, we still have to wait to see what this guy can do. You know, I mean, he might be able to land something, and he might be able to hurt this guy. You just never know. But you already know, 100%, I'm Floyd Mayweather all the way. That's a whole nother topic. But I just wanted to talk about some of the different aspects of what this fight is bringing to the sport of boxing and bringing to its own sport, the UFC. I think it's pretty good, man, for what it's worth. You could, you know, like I said before, you could argue this stuff. You could really argue it. You could really debate it and say that one of these sports is hurting the other one. These guys are making a joke of the sport, a mockery of the sport. Oscar De La Hoya got mad, pleaded with fans and said, hey, you know, don't pay for it. Don't support it. It's a joke. It's going to hurt boxing. But truth be told, it's going to hurt his pockets. I mean, he spent over a year promoting this fight between Triple G and Canelo, and he's put a lot of money into the promotion. And now that the fight is getting ready to happen, the date is etched in stone, and these guys are getting ready to perform, he knows that nobody's going to be willing to spend, what, $60, $70 on a pay-per-view to see Floyd and McGregor fight, and then turn around in September. I think the fight for Floyd and McGregor is the 27th of August. And then here comes September with McGregor with Canelo and Triple G in September. So nobody's gonna pay double. You see what I'm saying? Even though they have a month to try to recoup and promote as much as they can and to gain those fans that watch McGregor and Floyd back to watch this fight. They have a month to try to put this thing together, you know, or something less than a month probably. But, you know, I mean, it could hurt. And I can understand why he was pleading with boxing fans, people like myself, pleading with us not to watch that fight, you know, not to pay for it. But at the end of the day, some of us are not going to. You know, and that's the reality of it. We can stream it. There's ways to watch this stuff free if you want. Even if you want to call it free, because it's not. If you're paying for the internet and you go on and you stream something, you're paying for the internet, for your connection to the internet. So whatever's on the internet, while they're not charging for, you know, per page like they used to back in the day and all of that, or length of time on the internet. You know, it's free will to do what you're gonna do. So I just think that I don't think that it's bad for boxing. I think it's good business. I don't think it's bad for the UFC. I think it's good business, and I think that all of the fans are going to enjoy what it is that these guys are going to put on. I don't think it's going to be a hell of a fight or anything like that, but I don't think that Conor McGregor is going to go in there and smile, joke, and play with Floyd either. I really don't see that. I see this guy really wanting to make a dent in somebody's pockets. I see him really wanting to make a dent in the sport of boxing, and really wanting to be a true crossover star, true crossover sensation. So I don't really see where he's going to be joking and playing around. I think he's been taking his time working out all this time while, we've been debating if the fight was ever going to happen. I think he has been in there sparring. I think he's been on the road doing road work. I think he's been busting his behind, man. Trying to develop a skill set in less, I would say, in little to no time. Trying to perfect his skill set in boxing, and I wish him the best. But it's all about Floyd on that day for me. It's all about Floyd. I'm gonna watch it. You right. I'm gonna watch it. A lot of people, oh man, I wouldn't watch that fight, man. I wouldn't pay my money for nothing like that, man. Man, that's corny, man. Hell no, man. I mean, what else are you gonna do? It's a weekend. It's a big night for both sports. Fans over there are gonna want something major on a Saturday night. Fans over here for boxing are gonna want something major on a Saturday night. Come on, bro. I mean, none of us are, well, especially people in my age group, we're not getting any younger, man, so we're not going out clubbing and partying. Sometimes we want to chill at the house, man, have a couple of Coronas, smoke some cigars, maybe even smoke on something stupid like this, man. You see what I'm saying? And have a good time with your people. It's an event. You're going to be able to do it again with Canelo and Triple G for people that know who that is. But they're not going to be able to garner all of the fans that Floyd and McGregor are going to garner. This guy is going to garner all of these Caucasians and all of these, these Asians and all of these different nationalities from across the water. You see what I'm saying? From across the waters, man, the Atlantic, overseas. He's going to be bringing those types of people in. And Floyd is going to deal with his fan base here in the U.S. and some of his fans that know him in the U.K. And, but Floyd is big, but he isn't as big as Conor McGregor overseas. He's not. So McGregor is going to bring the U.S. and he's going to bring overseas into this one spectacle. You watch my word, man. They're going to try to get up to 400 million, 450, but they really going to probably garner about 300 million, 350 million, But if they could get more than that, man, that's even better. But anyway, holla back at me. I know this video is super long, man, but I just really wanted to comment on this fight, man. I'm getting tired of people just hating all the time. Just, learn to enjoy something in life. Please, enjoy something. Enjoy something, man. Go out. Do what you do. But this is what people like me do. And this is what I know some of y'all do. You sit and you watch this spectacle. You sit and enjoy boxing. Or you get mad and you comment on it and you hate. Or whatever the case may be. Debate rather than hate. But this is what we do. This is what we watch. Don't criticize something that you don't really care anything about. Anyway, holla at me, man. Let me know what y'all think. Peace.